Welcome back to WCBS, where today, folks, I have a story for you so crazy, so wild, that it could only happen in the world of collectibles.
The following is a World-Class Bullshitters exclusive.
Picture this. A batch of shiny, new gold label McFarlane figures. Gone in an instant. Todd McFarlane himself sent out an email. Pre-orders canceled, dreams dashed, and whispers of something mysterious afoot. What happened to these plastic treasures? Where did they go? Well, folks, grab your magnifying glasses, because today we're diving into the great toy caper of 2025. Let's unpack this mystery together. So before we start, let's be real. Collecting toys in 2025 is like trying to catch a greased up naked deaf guy. Prices skyrocketing faster than you can possibly imagine. $30, $40, $50 for a basic 6-inch action figure? And the quality? It hasn't even changed a bit. Everything from crappy plastic, crappy paint jobs, and joints that'll make you believe osteoporosis has set in your favorite Marvel legend. Even before tariffs kicked in, toy companies turned the greed dial to 11, milking our nostalgia like it's a cash cow. It's rough out there for collectors, and with the economic climate squeezing wallets tighter than a shrink-wrapped blister pack, some folks are getting desperate. Tempers flare, patience thins, and maybe, just maybe, it's pushing people to do things they wouldn't normally do. Which brings us to a certain situation. 3 days ago, Walmart sent out this email that says that the pre-orders for the DC Supergirl Page Puncher figure was canceled. Why? Flood? Famine? Disease? No, theft. A tractor trailer stuffed to the brim with toys got stolen. Yeah, you heard that right. A whole truck gone in an instant, just like the plot of Fast and the Furious. Now, I'll read the official statement in just a second, but let's talk about how bonkers this whole situation is. In all my years of collecting, through scalpers, botched exclusives, and convention chaos, I've never heard of a heist like this. A whole trailer of action figures? That's not a crime, that's a comic book plot that I'm currently writing right now. Let me just go get the pencil. What I really want to know is, what is a thief doing with a truckload of Supergirl figures? Setting up a secret shrine like the guy who did the Jerry Maguire video store? Is he gonna pose them? Is he gonna sell them on the secondhand market? Or maybe he's housing them for the world's best Supergirl party. You never know. Look at the gift bags they give at the Oscars. Maybe this guy's jealous and just wants to one-up them. But before we talk about all those hypotheticals, let me read you what Walmart had to say officially. We are writing to inform you that earlier this week, a tractor trailer full of our product was stolen while en route to the McFarlane Toys store warehouse. Among the numerous McFarlane Toys figures in the cargo were the Supergirl Page Puncher's Woman of Tomorrow 7-inch action figure with comic. This theft is being actively investigated by law enforcement. Throughout the week, we monitored the situation and were hopeful the stolen cargo would be recovered so we could fill orders as scheduled. Unfortunately, there has been no further information or development at this time. A shipping label has been created for your order on April 7th to help expedite the fulfillment process for the arriving product. However, because of the theft, we are unable to fulfill your order at this time. Your order has been canceled and you will receive a full refund. Please allow 3 to 5 business days for the refund process. We appreciate your understanding and patience as we work through this difficult situation. A world without a Supergirl figure is just another Tuesday for me, but for some, this is a big deal, the end times. But in reality, the story's just beginning. Cut to today, where the story gets a little bigger, better, and, well, some say bolder. After the Supergirl announcement, a similar email went out to customers with different products listed. It reads similarly, but it's now the Joker. Maybe we should call the Riddler to help figure this one out. So it lists products like Batman the Killing Joke Gold Label 7-inch figure with cover recreation, Gold Label figure Joker and Batman by Greg Capullo DC designer Sterry statues. And a statement from the company which reads, McFarlane Toys does not take this situation lightly. Throughout the week, we monitored the situation and we were hopeful that the stolen cargo would be recovered so we could fulfill orders as scheduled. Unfortunately, there has been no further information or development at this time. As this figure was sold out through the pre-order, we are faced with a very difficult situation of what to do. We regret to inform you that due to the unforeseen circumstances, we must cancel all pre-orders for, and I listed the figures above. They go on to say, we appreciate your understanding and patience as we work through this difficult situation. A full refund will be issued to your original payment method. This is a manual process whereby we must refund each order individually, so this will take some time. We will provide an update if there's any significant development. Thank you again for supporting McFarlane Toys. So this is literally the most bizarre toy story of all time. More bizarre than putting a weapons-grade microchip in action figures. Theft, scalping, and hoarding are nothing new to toy collecting. on a small scale, but taking trucks full of figures is next level villainy. Or is it? These press releases have collectors collectively scratching their heads. Something seems off, and this is where the real story begins. Now let's talk about why fans are side-eyeing Todd McFarlane. This guy's got a rap sheet a mile long. Let's rewind it a bit. Todd's company has been caught cutting corners, and we're talking about real cost cutting. Reasons why I don't buy the toys in general. Oh, this Michael Keaton action figure doesn't look like Michael Keaton. Fans will say it's because Todd doesn't have the likeness rights to Michael Keaton Batman. But you're selling me a Michael Keaton Batman. I don't like him. Fans still wince at all the variant figures, the bait and switches, the exclusives that magically flooded store shelves after driving up hype. And don't forget about the broken promises, like the crowdfunding campaigns that dragged, or figures that never matched the prototype. The list goes on and on. Word on the street is Todd McFarlane's dodging admitting the import costs, because jacking up prices any higher before Mattel swoops in and takes over in 2026? That's a one-way ticket to tank sales. So a stolen shipment sounds like a convenient way to dodge the tariff truth and keep collectors in the dark. Here's where it gets fishy. Fans aren't just skeptical, they're outright Batmaning this whole thing. Todd's press release name-dropped police involvement, claiming the cops were on the case for this specific heist. But when collectors went sleuthing, scouring news outlets, police blotters, and even local crime logs, what did they find? Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Not a single official source mentions a truckload of gold label figures being swiped, as of the time of this recording. You'd think that a theft this big would at least make a blip on some radar, right? It's got fans wondering if Todd's spinning a yarn to cover something. Maybe a warehouse screw-up, maybe those tariff woes, or maybe something else entirely. The plot thickens. And the trust, it's thinner than the paint on his damn action figures. Fans are buzzing about how convenient this is, and that one stolen truck vanishes into the night just so happens to carry every single pre-order listed on the cancellation emails. We're talking gold label Jokers, DC Supergirl Power Punchers, the works, all neatly packed into one magical mystery trailer. What are the odds? It's like the thief cracked open McFarlane's entire catalog, checked off every hot ticket item, and said, "Yep, I'll take the lot." Too coincidental? You decide. Collectors are raising their eyebrows so high that The Rock is jealous, because it feels like less of a crime spree and more like a plot twist cooked up in a boardroom. And let's not kid ourselves, McFarlane Toys' track record isn't exactly inspiring trust in anyone. Fans have been burned before. Toys not meeting their lofty expectations, vague excuses for delays, it all sounds like a repeat of things we've heard in the past. With that kind of history, is it any wonder collectors are calling shenanigans? They're thinking this whole stolen truck story might be a smokescreen. The fan base isn't buying it, and honestly, can you blame them? Alright, let's pump the brakes for a second and play devil's advocate here. Maybe, just maybe, the fans are spinning a wild conspiracy and the real story is exactly what McFarlane Toys is dishing out. A truckload of gold label goodies got jacked, plain and simple. Maybe Todd's team is sweating bullets, working with the cops and crying over lost plastic as much as we are. It is possible, right? A heist like this could happen. Some opportunistic crook saw a truck, thought jackpot, and now they're sitting on a pile of unopened DC figures, wondering what to do next. McFarlane's press release could be the straight-up truth, and all of this fan sleuthing might just be us channeling our inner Batman a bit too hard. But here's the thing. After the past few years, can you really blame fans for clutching to their wallets and squinting at McFarlane like they're trying to spot a fake toy? This isn't paranoia, this is a reflex honed by a string of letdowns. Add in the tariff whispers and that oh-so-convenient one truck, all pre-orders coincidence, and it's no shock that fans are skeptical. Trust is hard to come by these days, and McFarlane's got a long road to rebuild it with some. So, is this truth or tall tale? That's up for you to decide. Where do we go from here? That's where you come in, collectors. Drop your theories in the comments. Are we dealing with a real heist, a corporate cover-up, or something even weirder? Smash the like button if you're as obsessed with this drama as I am, and subscribe to keep up with the next toy twist. Who knows? Maybe in the future, maybe when I'm at Ollie's, these toys will just magically show up on clearance. It's happened before, and it can happen again. But until then, folks, keep your figures posed, your suspicions sharp, and always be excellent to each other. Stealing Solo asks the greatest what-if question of all time. What if a group of disgruntled Star Wars fans kidnap Harrison Ford and force him to remake Star Wars in their basement? That, and a whole lot more, is answered in Stealing Solo, a Captain's Parody. Stealing Solo has been called Laugh Out Loud Funny and the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs, and it's available now for a limited time only. Go to stealingsolo.com, which is powered by Shopify, so you get the reward-winning safety and security, and get yourselves a copy today. Once we sell through this limited backstock, I'm going back to the drawing board to bring you the sequel, which parodies Luke Skywalker's fall from grace, and finally the closing chapter, which I can't wait to get to, Frankenfisher, the Bride of Solo. And yes, it's exactly what you think it is. So folks, the only way to get that is go to stealingsolo.com right now, get yourselves a copy, and enjoy the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs.